Here on the Daily Boom, a mental retardation center costing
PayPal and Super Chat
will be built is to identify all of the causes of mental retardation and to develop more effective techniques of treatment and rehabilitation. The ability to prevent mental retardation is our ultimate goal.
Are we resorting to
To
comedy
reach
hour
this
now?
point,
YouTube,
Obviously,
Discord,
Gravity, La La Land is reserved
participants.
for special people
the
that
federal
double speak,
government
that say open is
have
closed,
all
closed is
come a
open.
long, long way.
Land, we are in La La Land. Gravity, obviously.
Many
Flatters.
so severely retarded that it would be difficult, if not impossible, to take care of them at
We
home.
are in La La Land.
So all we can offer them
Gravity,
is good care and
Gravity,
sympathetic understanding.
obviously.
But there are others
Flat Earther.
in these institutions who really need not be there. Those are the ones that are classed as trainable or
Are
educable,
you
and you'll hear more
ready?
about them later.
Call your mama, call your papa, call your friends. The festivities are about to
Are we
begin.
resorting to comedy hour now? Obviously, Gravity, La La Land is reserved for special people that double speak, that say open is closed, closed is open. La La Land, we are in La La Land. Gravity, obviously. La La Land, La La Land, La La Land, we are in La La Land. Gravity, obviously.
Are you ready? Call your mama, call your papa, call your friends. The festivities are about to begin. Boom.
Hello there. This is Jose J.G. Boom, and this is the festivities. We have heard the intro, so it's time to begin the show. We is well, we is alive, we is healthy, we is hot, we is broke. We is generating random statements. We is bored. And we is ready to welcome guests in the Discord server Daily Boom. You can find a link to the Daily Boom in the description box of this video. But you can also find it in the YouTube chat box because I am about to post one link right now. I hope everybody is well. I missed everybody. I was unable to be here. Helping out family. Needed it the most. I need help, but I was willing to sacrifice myself to help my family. So that's what we are. Join in Discord and let's see what the tide would bring us. You never know what the tide will bring. I think that's a good link. I'm not sure. Somebody click it. Let me see. Yeah, Daily Boom. So if you're not a part of that, Daily Boom Discord server, please join. Let me know how the audio is looking. How the audio is looking. Let's see how the audio sounds. How the video sounds. How the audio looks, how the video sounds. I hope there is sound where you guys are. Stay right there. See? Shout out to the Squeaky Earth. We got the bendy level. It's gonna fall. Before the stream ends, it's gonna fall by itself. Due to fallity. There's a farce called fallity. And that farce will have a downward bias, which everything sticks to the ground. Like super glue. So shout out to the JG Clock. Thank you for being here. Steve Wilson, good to see you. Anamorphic Mind, good to see you. Nerd Alert and RT96. 4 of you in the chat box, only 16 watching, 15. Video is loud, sound is colorful. That is what we like to hear very much. Thank you, sir. There's a thumbs up, a like button that everybody should click. And there is a PayPal link that everybody should click. Do I deserve it? I don't think I deserve it. Do I need it? Indeed, I need it. Big time. So if anybody can support, I really appreciate your help. There's also a super chat if you don't feel comfortable on throwing me on PayPal. So if you hit me up on PayPal, type your YouTube username on a note so we can give you a proper shout out and appreciation for your support. I had a feud yesterday with the people in the food pantry in the food where I volunteered, and I'm not gonna work there anymore. I mean, unfortunately, now it's another loss that I have. I'm gonna have free food from the food pantry that I was volunteering on. It is what it is. Shit happens. They got greedy. They got pushy. They got a little nasty with attitude. When I was just working there for free, man, free. I was getting exactly what everybody else was getting. Everything got set up. We got online. We got our little free goodies, couple fruits, couple vegetables, and that's it. But they got rough and nasty, bro. That pissed the fuck out of me. And before I blew up, because I'm losing my shit, you know, I was struggling personally, and I was helping out, and they come out with some bullshit. Oh, I said, you know what? Been a pleasure working with y'all. I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm out. I'm still gonna be in contact with a few of the good people that work there. Really good people. There's the guy that recruited me. His neighbor. He lives right here in the next park, just a block away. He's really cool. 81 years old. He's like my second dad. You know, he's Puerto Rican dude. He lived here since he was a teenager, and he's really cool, man. Everybody thought he was my dad. Tall guy, big, scruffy beard, dark skin. It's like an old me. I'll stay in contact with him and his wife. Really awesome. There's a black lady that lives about 5 minutes from here. She got a little bit of a walking disability. She's, I think, late 70s too. Awesome lady. And I got their numbers. I'm gonna stay in contact with them. It happens. Glover Mom, shout out to you, Glover Mom. And Kuso PR1, shout out to you, man. ¿Cómo está Puerto Rico, man? How is Puerto Rico? I know of Puerto Rico because I got on Facebook. I got a bunch of friends that are from Puerto Rico. Ex people that studied with me over there, neighbors. Recognize people from my hometown. So that's all I know about the news in Puerto Rico is what they post. And I got the news thing in Facebook. I don't participate in Facebook. I don't type. I don't like. I don't do anything. But I lurk. So I go to Facebook and see who updates people has, and at least I feel like I know where people is hanging is doing around, you know. Over there, I'm so far, and at least I got a little bit. I get a little bit of a knowledge of what's going on in the Santa Isabel, Juana Díaz, Ponce. Though that's my area right there. Calentando, todo bien, hermano. Me alegro. Happy, brother. If anybody would like to join us on Discord, let's do so. Or if anybody got a link to share, let's bring it on, and we'll pop up a link and share whatever videos you have. Hopefully, it's not either your own videos or not copyright videos. So try not to give me something with like music and copyright content. And if so, we can find a way to play it around. A few seconds, maybe a little, screenshots, skipping. So please, share what you got and let's break it down. There's the link for the Discord server. Please join us. Yeah, man, it's been tough. Helped my sister move in. She had a lot of stuff from my R.I.P. Frankie, from my brother-in-law. It's been a lot of things that I've been helping my sister around with paperwork and going around. And now moving, they evacuated everybody from where my sister was living with my niece now. And they had to find a place really fast. I help her doing that, and I help her moving. She's still in moving as for today. She said she's gonna finish all the moving on Friday. And in the next couple of days, I might jump up and help her out a little bit more. I gotta adjust a couple things in her new place. Everything is well, at least. I got family close. Hopefully, if I need it, if I get, I don't know, if I get my light disconnected, at least I can get call stuff from her place. It's like 15 minutes away for my sister. But yeah, electricity is tough, man. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pay it. According to heliocentrians, humans can live on the surface of a moving globe, aka sphere, that has a smooth surface. Ooh, that's a lot of information. We have to analyze that. We have to analyze that comment. Let me try to post that on the stream so we know what's going on. The Daily Boom Live is the chat box that we're using in Discord. All right, let me do the process of sharing my screen and see what's up. All right, I'm on it. I am on it. All right, let's see what we got. There you go. I think it looks good over there on the Discord, on the YouTubes, right? Shout out to Zeb Tepi. Shout out to you, Tres Magistus. Thank you for coming in. Hold on. There's another comment I missed by Tres Magistus. Very good. Very good comment. I'm sorry, I had to laugh when I say good. This is dumb, but because he's so dumb, he's so good. Okay, let's break this down. According to heliocentrians, humans. According to heliosentians. Chaik, welcome, dude. I'm glad that you're here because I just started reading a comment, and the first word, it just got me. Heliosentians. That sounds like a fun term to describe some kind of a race or something. What are heliosentians? Please help me, Chaik. Help us.
This is heliosentians. Humans.
No, yeah, he means a comma. You know, there's a lot of orthographic mistakes. So according to heliocentrians, and then he gonna tell us what humans can do. But what I know first before we read what he means, we need to know what heliocentrians are. Farmer's Boy is in the house, dude.
Hey,
Yeah.
hello, Jose. How
Yeah,
the
yeah.
devil are you?
Everything is good. Hey, I think, yeah, we got a point here. He gonna tell us something, a fact, a fun fact. But that fun fact is according to heliocentians. What are heliocentians, Farmer's Boy?
I have absolutely no idea.
Should we
I've
Google
never
that?
heard. I've never heard of a heliocentian. That's a new one on me, mate. I'll grant you that.
I like that. Really, I mean, it sounds kind of like a fun, right? Like a fun race.
It does.
Kind of.
No, Google doesn't like heliocentian.
But is heliocentian a race or a kind, a breed? What does it fall into?
I can only presume that that's somebody trying to write heliocentric or a helio. Oh God, trying to work out how you'd actually write that.
Yeah, it's like sentient. You know, sentient is a being like it's aware. You know, like the senses are just open, so it's sentient. So I think it's related to that heliosentient.
Wait, isn't sentient spelled with S?
Yeah,
Yes.
but remember, he missed a comma after heliosentient, so he might have misspelled this one too. So he might mean sentient.
It may not miss the comma. It may be just the way he talks.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's say that we understand the term heliosentient. So, okay, so according to those heliosentients, humans can live on a surface of a moving globe, aka sphere that has a smooth surface. So now we got the definition of a globe. A globe is a sphere that have a smooth surface, and we can live on the surface of one of those moving. How about that?
What about the animals, birds, fish?
Well, not just humans. Forget about the animal. Forget about anything else. Forget about plants.
Who says it's got to have a smooth surface and define smooth? How smooth?
Well, I mean, he's saying Trismegistus is saying it.
There aren't many smooth surfaces around my way, I'll tell you, particularly the roads. It's not smooth. Because it's not a fact.
And what if it is? What's the difference?
Yeah, and so what? I think it's the general nature of the surface, not necessarily is it smooth, is it rough? It's very strange.
That's a
It's a
very-
very
Right,
strange comment to make.
as long as we have air, we're good.
Yep, plenty of air here.
Now, so according to Trismegistus, that according to heliosentience, the sphere has a smooth surface. According to Trismegistus, to his knowledge, he thinks that according to heliosentience, the sphere has a smooth surface. Why does
Yeah, but notice the emphasis he put on surface and moving. That must mean something, right?
and
Yeah, but think-
smooth and smooth or is also
No.
kind of
Oh,
highlight.
smooth. Yes.
A smooth moving surface, a sphere, a globe, redundant. Oh, whoa, that's a word.
And what's the problem? I don't know. He's not here to clarify where you see a contention of some
No,
sort?
I'm just trying to analyze, what he means, so we can understand it, so we can get in in the boat that he's on.
Right. So
I don't know what I want to.
Do you want to, farmers?
I'm not convinced. I'm like, no, you're fine, mate. I'm okay paddling along. On you go.
Okay.
Is that a boat I want to be rescued by? No, you're fine. I'm enjoying myself.
All right. There's another comment by him. We haven't read this one, so we're gonna read the whole thing and then we're gonna break it down so we can go along with him, holding hands and skipping along the way. Okay. Okay. Trismegistus says, in the heliocentric religious beliefs, physical spherical objects can float in so-called, unquote, outer space, aka the vacuum, aka nothingness. Whoa. Yeah, that's loaded.
Well, not only is it loaded, that's half the punctuation's missing.
And you see, and I did right. I did okay. I just gave it the pauses and the emphasis on what needed to be emphasized.
So-called outer space.
Not just so-called outer space, also the vacuum and also nothingness. So all of them are one of the same.
Well, vacuum is not nothingness, but he's wrong about the floating. They're not floating.
No, they're not just floating. That's not how it works. Although, to be honest, obviously the word vacuum is Latin, and in Latin it does mean an empty space, a vacant place, a void.
Right, but that was then. The name remained, but we know better now. Yes,
we call space a vacuum, but it's not a perfect vacuum. Obviously, there's stuff. In an awful lot of it, there isn't that much stuff, and in some places, there's a hell of a lot of stuff. As in, I don't know, Jupiter. That's a lot of stuff.
No. Even without the stuff, even if there's no stuff at all, it's still not nothing. It's.
Hey, I'm gonna do a quick test right here before we continue. When I was gonna give a moderator to a new person, hello, are you new? You're pick 7 organizer. I had the option to add as a standard moderator or as a something else moderator. So when I try to do it, I'm gonna remove Citizen 9 as a standard moderator, so we can get so I can get the options and see what is. So now it's removed. Now if we click, add as a standard moderator or as managing moderator.
Yes.
Fancy. What is a managing moderator?
It gives you the ability, I think, to you can block other moderators. And I think the only person you can't do it to is, in this case, you, Jose.
So if you make the channel.
The owner of the channel. But I think it gives you a bit more control over everybody, basically, the other moderators.
Oh shit!
We have played with this in a couple of other YouTube channels when somebody said, "Oh, what does this?" and it gives you a little bit more control.
Okay.
So I'd be wary of who you give it to.
Okay, now Citizen 9. Yeah, Citizen 9 is cool, but I can trust him. I'm gonna give it to a few, like you, Farmer's Boy, will be on there's two Nerd Alert and RT96. Like the ones in here.
That's fair.
Because sometimes things can get out of hand with other moderators, but just pass it through me just in case. But if I'm not, maybe in the comment section also, if they see something like really off, they can maybe moderate those comments in the channel.
Yeah,
let me know.
It gives you just a little bit more control. You can do one. It's not much more, but it's a little bit, from what I can remember.
Yeah. Now, Citizen 9 is a special moderator who, in the chat box, Farmers Boy, you want to type something and see if Citizen 9 can give you a timeout or something? Damn. Hey, shout out to Stingray. Good to see you, Stingray. What's up?
Yeah, I just came in to say things don't float in space.
But is space nothingness?
It depends on you. It depends what you're trying to quantify. If you're quantifying distance, then no, it's exactly the same as everything else. If you're quantifying it based on per unit volume of stuff, then it's very close to nothingness, but it'll never quite be nothingness. I guess it depends on the reference volume that you're using, but things still don't float in space. There is no buoyancy in space.
So when in the International Space Station and they release objects and they
do not float. There is nothing float. Oh, I tell a lie. Sometimes they do experiments where they do have like gases and water and shit where stuff does actually float. But to say that the buoyant force is responsible for that fucking ball not dropping to the ground or something like that is incredibly wrong.
Oh,
get that, would you?
I'm on mute for a minute.
Yes, I mean, orbits of bodies and satellites, that's not floating.
Yeah, that's a point. Where's John Watson or Ali B? There's going to be a token drunk Scotsman somewhere. Oh my God! I mean, literally.
Careful what you bloody wish for.
Well, no, you can be in any fucking county or any little town in England and throw a fucking little piece of rock and hit a drunk Scotsman somewhere.
That's true. Oh, that's very true. How was Citizen 9? Has he not? Go on, see if you can. Should be able to time me out if he's made you a
He did, your
moderator.
All right, can I?
Hey, there we go.
I had a little something I gotta do for like 10 minutes. I'm not gonna say 5 because it might take me 6 or 7 minutes. So I'm gonna be out for like 10 minutes, but you guys have the floor. You are live on YouTube. If you want to bring over the topic, analyze this, or whatever you want to do, please do so. Look at Farmer's Boy. He ran. He left. The Stingray, if you want to do some kind of speak to somebody, give somebody a message, call somebody out, whatever you want. And Chike, if you want to talk among yourself, please do so. I'll be away from the microphone for like 10 minutes. I'll be listening on my phone. Good luck. Address whatever you guys want. Good.
Can I just say that Discord's a heap of shit?
Yeah, he kicked you out. I'll be back in 10, guys.
Yeah, I shut because you stopped streaming. I shut you down. It kicked me out of Discord. It's been doing that a lot recently. That's vexing.
Yeah, so I'll call every flat earther out. Your belief system is bullshit. You're nonsensical. You do not have critical thought. You believe in bullshit with no substantiated evidence whatsoever. Something that a small child can figure out, you cannot. You have to ask yourself, in the world that we live in today, you know, with all the technology and AI, the emergent AI that's coming out right now, do you think you're the smartest of that tier of people that sits right at the top, that is actually able to work out the truth of this? Or do you think you're a fucknut that doesn't know what's going on? You sit somewhere on that scale, work it out for yourself. Rant over.
Look who's just come in. As if by magic.
It's about to get demonstrated. I love it.
Oh, the question we have to ask ourselves is Sue in the house tonight or not? How shouty sweary is he going to be? Come on, Brian, you can do it. No rush.
I love it. I'm going to love it when a flat earther says, "Here's a hypothesis. This is what we would expect if the Earth is flat, and this is what we would expect if it curves at 1 degree every 69 miles. Here is an observation that leans more towards flat. but isn't quite flat, or is perfectly flat. But they don't do this. They just say, we feed too far.
Yeah. Are you stupid? It's optical drop.
Is that actually a claim, is it?
Don't watch Brian's Logic's latest video.
I don't watch any flat earth videos, if I'm being honest.
I tend not to, but when sort of a couple of people say, "Ye gods, you should see this one," yeah, I'll go and have a quick look, and it's just like, no, that's no, you know, he's going through all of these photos that quite clearly show the effects of curvature, and it's all optical drop, which is number 113 on the list of flat Earth excuses for why things disappeared bottom up first.
Is there an explanation of what their interpretation of what optical drop means?
You're asking too much of the lad, because I think in the comment section people say, yeah, okay, what actually is optical drop then? You keep saying it, but what is it? And he's just rude to them, you know, and just calling everybody stupid and idiots. It's like, so optical drop is stuff being hidden by the curvature of the Earth, then. But he calls it optical drop.
Yeah, people call it the convergence zone, where things just compress to the horizon, and it's like, what? It's like, what other fucking? We could just call it Sally or something, because it just needs to be anything but curvature. That's all it needs to be.
Exactly. Yes. Just give it a different name, and I think they'd be perfectly happy. But as soon as you start saying, "Oh, that's due to curvature," no, can't be having that. What did he? Oh yes, because he was trying to say that because we don't see an orthographic, as in orthographic projection, then obviously, you know, the Earth is flat. And I picked up on that, and he said, "Yeah, that's right. We also can't get this orthographic glasses, which means
wait a minute. That first sentence is about the equivalent of that is like me saying, hey, this is a hammer and a nail. I can make things with wood for it. Therefore, I can fly an aircraft."
Yes, it's exactly that sort of thing. But yeah, he says our globe is finished, calling me bozo, because I can't buy orthographic glasses. Wouldn't they be amazing if you put glasses on and you saw everything in orthographic projection? I mean, that would be freaky. But because of that, obviously the Earth is flat. You know.
Wait, how you'd be able to tell distances if you lose perspective?
That's actually really interesting, because you could have two orthographic views that are stereoscopically offset, but then what kind of effect would that give you?
Yeah.
Well, no, you wouldn't get. No, you're right. There wouldn't be anything, would there? Yeah, I mean, yeah, with two eyes, it'd make no difference. No, it would. Okay, so hear me out. Wait a minute. So hear me out. Well, how would you do this with stereoscopic vision? Because what you could do is that convergence point would produce slight angular differences, even though it would still be orthographic. You'd still be able to, you know, a box, the side of a box, you'd be able to see one side of a box in one vision part and one side of a box in another, if your eyes are converging to a point, and that box is centered on your eyes, just a little bit off your eye. Oh fuck me, I'm getting right. That's interesting.
No, that's why I just gave up on it, because the more you think about it, the more it hurts. I'm just imagining seeing things orthographically. I can't even picture that. I mean, obviously, you know, I do it on the screen or back in the day on a drawing board, but to actually think that you could go around in real life and see things orthographically.
No, but Farners, you understand? You get it. Whereby if you created two orthographic cameras, and they were eyeballs, and then you had a convergence point, so each of those orthographic cameras had a different pointing vector that converged slightly, and if the relationship of that orthographic projection to an edge would be different on both, so what would you see on that convergence point? you'd still be able to derive depth. That's freaky. Why can't I can't even conceptualize this. It's pissing me off. Jake, you're an asshole.
Stingray, all I'll say to you is Antarctica. Oh dear, yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, that,
You know
that
what?
video is quite
This is
something, but it's half an hour long.
this is going to be one of those thoughts now that gives me a headache over the next like 3 weeks.
Yeah, you see, that's why I thought about it for a little while and then thought, nah, I've got better things to do.
I'm going to go render out 2 orthographic projections from a stereo camera just to see what this is going to. I will solve this.
Oh shit! What have I stolen?
Well, stereoscopic doesn't mean anything because that's the purpose of the glasses is to eliminate that effect. No depth.
But do you understand it, Chike? If you had 2 cameras that were both orthographic, so let's say our eyes only saw in orthographic projections, and then obviously to derive depth we have convergence point. So we can derive depth without something apparently looking like perspective, just from we're looking at something close or far away, just from how our convergence point works and how our eyes are orientated. But each eye on that projection could give a different orthographic projection.
No,
it could.
Then it's not orthographic. What you want is everything perpendicular to you. Everything perpendicular to you is perpendicular to you, and you don't have any angles. So both eyes see the same. You overlay them, there is no difference.
No, but imagine you've got 2. Imagine you've got 1 orthographic camera, yeah, and it's pointed down the edge of a box. So you do not see the edge because it takes up 0 space. It's right on the edge. But then you've got another camera that's an orthographic camera that's like 3 inches over. Let's say 4 inches over. You're like ET or something. 4 inches over. That's slightly looking at at not the same angle. It's looking back slightly, so there's a convergence to the first angle, which now means the second orthographic projection would see the side of that. There'd be no perspective there, but it would actually see the side of it.
No, that's not orthographic, because orthographic is if you look at one edge, at parallel to one edge, you parallel to the other edge. There are no angles.
Yeah, no, I get that on one, but we've got 2 eyes, and I'm saying if both of our eyes saw in orthographic projection, we would still have the fact that there is a lateral offset, and that we have the ability to converge our eyes, which means
no, because that's what the glasses eliminate. They make everything an orthographic view, which has no angles to between the 2 eyes. 2 eyes see the same thing as the other. If you're parallel to one edge of a box, you're parallel to the other edge of the box, no matter how far it is.
Oh no, I get that. If you only have 1 frame to go off. But
because if you have 1 frame and that 1 frame doesn't see angles, then the other frame doesn't see angles, and you overlay them one on the other, you don't see angles. There's no difference between the 2 eyes, or otherwise those glasses you can throw them away. They don't do their job.
I'm saying if both of our eyes saw orthographic projections, we would be able to close one eye and open another, and vice versa, and do a blink test, and we would see the lateral offset of both of those orthographic projections if we had a convergence point. In other words, the 2 eyes are not parallel, they have a convergence point. We would actually see a difference, and I'm going to prove it to you.
Well, even if there was an offset, what we do with our eyes, we overlay one over the other, right? That's what we do in every day.
Yeah.
You overlay one image over the other one, and the difference is what makes the perspective. And here, there is no difference. You will overlay one on the other, they look the same, no perspective, no depth.
I'm not saying this perspective. I'm just trying to think how the
Again, I agree. You can have an offset because your eye is a bit to the side, but your mind will overlay them one on the other, and the offset is gone, and there's nothing for you to tell the distances.
Yeah, but
unless of course you know how much you offset.
Yeah, but Chai, you agree with me that on one of those eyes, because of the fact that they are not parallel and there is a convergence point in our vision, that one is capable of seeing the side of a cube that the other is perfectly aligned to.
There's no sides to the cube.
Okay, stand by, caller.
Unless there is side to the cube, but both eyes see the same side.
No, they won't.
Angle.
Stand by, caller. We're not going to settle this with words. It's going to take Blender in about 30 seconds. So stand by, caller.
Well, the Blender will only do what you tell him to do. If you tell him to do an orthographic view, there will be no difference.
I will have two orthographic views with a convergence point. Stand by, caller.
Oh, I might have to get another cup of tea for this.
I heard perspective. I couldn't hear a lot because I was busy talking on the side, but I heard talk about perspective, and Stingray is going to show something. What is the disagreement in summary?
There was a comment. I'd left a comment on Brian's latest video, and he said something along. Oh, hang on. What did he actually say? We also can't buy orthographic glasses, which means that your globe is finished. Bozo.
Ooh, orthographic glasses.
Well, exactly. You know, as if to say, because we don't see an orthographic, the Earth is flat.
Because we cannot be in two places at once. I mean,
we don't see in orthographic.
Imagine we could, Jose.
Imagine we could.
That was the thing. Imagine we could, and that's what Stingray's. That's immediately set Stingray's brain off on one, and now he's trying to model something in Blender, I believe.
Yeah. I gotta give you a shout out to Tinkerfield because he cannot join today, but he sent me a $25 to help on PayPal, and I thank you very much, Tinkerfield. Appreciate it, brother. I hope you are listening and having fun over here, learning as we are entertained in the same time. Orthographic, but now, well, we really do not see orthographic, but in front of me there's a house, a big house office, and it's sideways. So from left to right, that is kind of the equivalent of orthographic. I mean, it's not. I'm just trying to.
The thing is, when you draw something orthographically, particularly not necessarily a plan because you're just looking down on something. Right. It's when you're looking at something from the side. So say you're trying to draw the side of a building or the sides of lots of buildings. Everything is dimensionally correct. You don't allow for perspective because obviously in real life, if you look at something in the distance, it appears to be smaller. We all know that it isn't smaller, but it appears to be smaller because it's further away. You don't get that effect in orthographic projection. You draw everything to the right scale. So a 10 meter tall building over on the left hand side of the drawing is exactly the same as a 10 meter tall building on the right hand side of the drawing. But in real life, if you stand in front of a 10 meter fence and then look at one a mile away, it doesn't look as high, does it? Because of perspective. You know, the further away it is, the smaller it appears. Oh, here we go.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're a bit low, by the way, Chai, when you're speaking.
All right. I'm going to present this for everybody. And I'm going to put it on full screen. 100% full screen. All right. You're up.
So, in answer to the much debated question of if we have two orthographic eyes with a convergence point, what would we see? I'm not going to lie to you, it's pretty fucked up. But we would see different, given this example, and that's with the convergence point and the difference between the eyes being a little bit, and I did this obviously with purpose, being a little bit wider than this cube, so that one eye from an orthographic stance sees the left edge, the left face, and then one eye from an orthographic sense sees the right face. So yes, but how our brains would interpret this would be fucked up. But yes, these are orthographic projections. So that's what I meant. We can see different sides because we've got two orthographic cameras with a lateral offset with a convergence point.
Right.
If we didn't have this convergence point, and indeed these two were parallel, there would be no difference. Correct.
Or in order to see this is two viewers from two different locations.
No, this is two eyes that both see an orthographic.
Why? Yeah.
But like I say, I'm not sure how our brain would put this together. This is just, weird.
No, I'm not sure either.
Something like a hammerhead shark.
Right.
Or, thinking about it, a cow. They've got an eye on each side of their head.
Yeah.
They haven't got. There's an awful lot of animals out there that don't have binocular vision. How do they see? I mean, how do they see it?
Rabbits have something like 170 odd degrees, but there's one that has overlapping, isn't it? I forget what it is now, but it's actually got, well, I think it might be a lizard or something. Its field of views overlap. Each eye is more than 180 degrees for some reason. It bulges out.
Well, okay. What about the chameleon? He can independently swivel each eyeball. Each eyeball's on one side of his head, and he can swivel them to look at separate things. How the hell do their brain sort that out?
Holy shit, yeah. That's advanced brain function.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, binocular vision is as we've got, and just about every other, what most predators have got, which allows you to be able to judge distance. I would say was probably the easy side of things, because think about all the animals who obviously get separate images from each eye, because they tend to be on each side of their head. You know, cows, horses, sheep, I guess. Pigs. Yeah, I mean, how do that? What do they actually see? How do their brains splice it together, or are they always seeing in sort of a weird stereo?
What does a cow needs to see? Grass. It don't need to see anything. But what about pigeon? Pigeon needs to land on a branch of a tree.
Wait a minute.
It has its two eyes on the sides.
I'm going to disagree with you, Chai. Where are you from? Where do you live currently?
Apartment.
No, country.
Israel.
Yeah, okay. So you don't have things that hunt cows, I take it, in Israel, other than like just industrialized farming centers and things.
That's not true. That's not true.
Oh, really?
They grow cows in the Golan Heights, and they had to put large dogs there to guard them against some kind of wolves or something.
Really? Holy shit, that's new. But anyway, what I was going to say is, in places like India or cattle farming in Africa, there are kind of large cats that will, where a cow, the cow's got advantages with being able to see slightly behind it.
There you go. Golden
Well,
wolves.
the cow has advantage if all it sees around it is other cows, then it knows it's safe.
Yeah, I can't imagine a cow outrunning a tiger or a lion or something anyway.
So if the cow see, let's say, cows in front of her but no cows in the back, she's kind of screwed.
It just needs to be faster than the slowest cow, really.
Right.
Yes, exactly. You don't need to outrun a lion. You just need to outrun anybody else who's with you at the time. Yeah.
Now, those people that have the eye like one a little more, not crossed-eyed, like one pointing to each other, but the opposite side. One eye is a little more to the left, the other one, the left
Oh,
eye
yeah.
is more to the left, the one to the right, like that meme or whatever, right? Are those people able to see more of a field of view? Are they seeing with both eyes what the eyeballs are pointing?
I don't know, but I had a French teacher at high school like that, and you could never tell if he was looking at you or your mate sat next to you.
Yeah.
He could actually have been quite clearly looking at both, but it was very difficult to work out if is he looking at me? I can't tell because one of his eyes was right off to the side. You know, nice old boy and all that, but you couldn't quite tell who he was bloody looking at.
Mm.
Yeah, I can't. There's a bloody term for it, isn't there? I can't think what it is.
Leo himself, he's like, no, he's like, what's the name? Like this guy, let me see, this actor, this meme that I just posted. Leo has a little bit of that. His eye is a little bit off. Whatever condition that is. But yeah, I gotta ask him if I can see more than 180 degrees.
Do they call it a squint?
Well, a squint is when you close your eyes, very narrow, very small, right?
No, here we go. A squint, also called strabismus, is where the eyes point in different directions.
Okay.
It could be up, it could be down, it could be in, it can be out. It can just be one eye's, straight ahead, and the other one's, oh, look, I'm going to look over here.
Well, it give you a wider field of view.
I guess it will.
I don't know.
What do you think, Jake? I think so.
Well, if they say we have 180 degrees field of view, vision, I think you get more, at least 200 or even more.
And I think that because the brain is not wired to function that way, that's why they need corrective lenses and stuff to try to straighten their eyes or whatever.
I don't think so. I'm sure the brain, it doesn't matter how you put the eyes, the brain will manage to work it out.
I've just been looking on the NHS website, the UK sort of National Health Service website. It says problems that occur that if a squint is not treated, because they quite often treat this in early childhood, it can lead to persistent blurred or doubled vision or a lazy eye, which is when the brain starts to ignore signals coming from the affected eye. So your child does not develop normal eyesight. So it is generally that some if it's picked up in a young child, then there are several possible treatments that they can use to try and cure it, because it can lead to problems.
Now, back to the topic. People with this condition, if they can see well with both eyes, that'll be a fucked up visual of perspective from their point of view. I mean, they couldn't discern what the fuck is going on. It'd be tricky.
Yeah, I don't know.
Chameleons have a 348 degrees field of view. That's almost a all way around. 348.
Wow.
Damn.
Of course, owls can see the whole way round, but I think that's because they've got very flexible neck ligaments or whatever it is to make them turn their heads around. That's just cheating. What's behind me? I'll have a look.
Yeah, but as far as I could see from my experience with chameleons, they can only move one eye at a time.
Yeah, but you can be moving your eyes one at a time, but within fractions of a second of each other.
Maybe, I don't know. They are not the fastest.
I've seen film of them where one eye moves and then the other eye moves in a totally different direction, and they're doing it sort of, immediately one after the other. Quite a freaky thing to see.
Hello, guys, and
let me see.
It's like they need to shift their attention from one side of the brain to the other one.
Oh, this is boring. What's over there?
Yeah, look at that chameleon right there. Yeah, he's moving one eye right there, and then they line up, and now he's trying this up. It's like one at a time. Robotic. It's so weird.
That's just freaky.
So cool. So freaking cool. Wait, frogs.
I think what's freaky is if you test your eyes, if you track something like the end of your finger and record yourself looking at the end of your finger while you're moving your hand left to right, you'll see that your eyes move incredibly smoothly. Then if you take your finger away and then try and pan your eyes left to right by not actually looking at anything but just saying, well, I'm going to look from left to right, your eyes step. So they have to take small increments. So it looks really weird.
Mm.
Without tracking something, you can't move your eyes smoothly.
So it will be step.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, some people will have smaller steps than others, but some will have quite big steps. It depends on how quick you're going. I think it's a time-based thing.
Yeah, like a frame rate type of movement thing. Does it? Do you think training will fix that? Training, like a personally, or is it a?
I think it's not worth the fucking headaches to try. To be honest, I don't give a shit that my eyes do that. I'd rather avoid the headaches. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, you can catch that a lot on close-ups on movies or TV shows. Some actors, they have to pan the view left to right or up and down, and that's why memory is coming back that I seen that step into the eyes viewing up and down or side to side.
Yeah, I can imagine that's another reason why actors have props on what to look at, and someone in a suit with a pole with something to look at, so that their eyes don't do that step thing if they're tracking something, so that they can actually track something that's smooth.
So even if your brain is telling you, all right, I'm gonna move my eyes from left to right as if somebody was walking, it's gonna do the step.
No, that's going to be smooth because you're tracking something. So long as,
in your brain, no, if there's nobody, but I'm telling myself, all right, I'm going to be tracking as if there were somebody walking left to right. And I'm going to look at that person, just picture it in my mind as walking, and I'm going to visualize it.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. And that's also going to result in headaches.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that test. I'm gonna put my phone really close, and I'm gonna wait for somebody to walk by, and I'm gonna just view my eyes, and then I'm gonna repeat that movement without anybody walking, and I'm gonna
do it. Try it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, it's gonna be weird. Me recording as I look at somebody. Well, I gotta wait for somebody to walk by. Get the camera ready, because if I get that, I'll pop it.
See how stupid comment of some flat earther where it leads.
Okay, I'm just gonna record a video without nobody walking, and I'm gonna do it. Hit record. Left to right. It's gonna be left to right. I'm looking to the left. And let's say that somebody's walking. Oh, somebody's walking to the other side. Okay, stop. Let me see if I can upload this. There was nobody walking. I just did the recording. And I wasn't looking at a camera. I had my camera closed, but looking slightly above the cell phone so I can look left to right. I don't think I'm not even gonna play it until I share it and upload it. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a smooth transition. Wanna bet? I don't got any money. I'm gonna upload it to Google Drive, and then I'll pop it right here. So what's about so if so there's no way to see in orthographic view with our eyes, or is it?
No, I don't think there is, because perspective is a thing. You know, things appear smaller the further away they are. But we can't use that in drawings, particularly anything you're trying to make. If you start to, I don't even know how you could do it. If you start to allow for perspective, then your dimensions are going to be wrong. It's not going to be sort of actual size, actual dimensions.
Hmm.
And that's why we use orthographic projection, because it's a form of what's called parallel projection, which the very name implies that you're not going to have the effects of perspective. That's the last thing you want in a set of drawings, when you give it to somebody, say, here, make this, or build that, or put this building up. Imagine that, and why is this smaller over here? Why? Because it's further away. You just couldn't do that.
All right, one file uploaded. Let's see what we got. Uploaded just now. I'm gonna double click it and share this tab over. Let's see. Uh-oh.
Oh.
I'll download it and I'll play it in a player.
But what you took it with it?
I'm sorry?
You took it with Android phone?
With my Android phone, yes.
Go to your photos.
On the interwebs, yeah, I don't have that option.
What do you mean? Open a new tab.
I'll on Google Drive. I upload it on Google Drive.
Open new tab.
New tab. Open photos, you say. Okay, photos. Let's see.
I don't see it. Well, where is it?
No,
I
I
don't
don't.
see it on your screen.
No, I'm not sharing that tab. I'm not sharing that tab. Just in case. I don't know what's in there. I'm about to share it in a second. I don't share without verifying first.
Okay. Okay. Next to your account on the left, you have like a square with 9 dots in it.
Right. No, I already found it, but I don't have my phone. When I got my phone set up, I don't have it uploaded directly. Hold on. I don't have it directly uploaded to the photos.
No
I have
backup.
it just...
No backup.
Okay. Here we go. Let me see. I'm confused. I gotta mute. Let me mute this. 17 seconds. How do I repeat? Let me to repeat the video. Fuck. Let me see what is there. Okay. I'm gonna switch my screen share, and it will be this one. I don't know how the quality, if it's gonna look okay or what. Let's play this. So weird. Left to right and right to left. Look at that. Step.
Steps.
Motherfucker.
Yep.
And then left to right. And I mean, my brain, I was doing a smooth movement. What the hell?
But your eyes aren't actually following anything.
Yeah, I wasn't looking at nothing. I was imagining that there was somebody. Oh, you son of a bitch. That's so weird. I don't like that. What I like less is that creepy zoom in weird creepiness of the closeness. I'm gonna do it on my own. I'm gonna record when somebody is walking for real on my own time. I see no problem here, man. Small stepping. All right, we got a comment over here. Let's see what this comment. Anybody want to read it?
Yeah, go on. Right, this is from Gary. So talk a lot, Wybenga. Satan's godless globy mathematicians of old took a circle flat Earth and reimagined it into a ball. I'm going to struggle with this. They also reimagined field of view compressed perspective into an imaginary curve. Oh, I can't believe I said that. Oh. That's just
a lot.
What's a load of bollocks?
It's just a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The Satan's godless globy mathematicians of old.
Of course, we should point out that not all globe Earth proponents are atheists.
But,
MC Toon, he's not an atheist.
But if we are not flat earthers, we are Satan's godless globy mathematicians.
Well, fair enough, but I don't know any magic. I don't do spells and stuff.
Hold on a minute. Can you believe in Satan and not believe in God?
Well, no.
It's possible.
There's no way, no. Because Satan was made by God, was created by God.
No, it
see,
was one
Gary
of the
presumes
angels.
that Gary's like a lot of religious people who thinks that if you're an atheist, then you worship the devil, which is as equally as bizarre as thinking the earth is flat. No, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in any of them.
Satan was an angel of God, an angel sent by God or whatever, falling in.
He was an angel.
If you believe in that, then Satan will be, or the devil would be, an angel of God.
Unless he came to a party, he wasn't invited because it said, "And all God children were gathered, and Satan among them." So maybe he shouldn't have been there, but he came anyway. I don't know.
So that means that Christians or people that believe they're Christians, let's say Gary, does he believe then there's another entity out there outside of God? Like another powerful entity as God? God created everything, I did everything, but he didn't do or created the devil, I mean. So the devil is another God. Is that what he believes in? If he doesn't believe that God created the devil or Satan. Is the only way, right? I mean, it's the only alternative. Either God created the devil, and people that don't believe in God cannot believe in the devil because they don't believe that God created anything. Or if they say, no, you do believe in the devil, if you don't believe in God, that means that there's two gods. That's God, and the devil will be another entity as powerful as God, if not more. Does it make sense what I'm saying?
Possibly. I don't. It's. I'm struggling with it.
So if a Christian say that God didn't create the devil, what does that mean? That the devil was always there, or is a powerful being, right? Also outside of God.
That means that this particular Christian doesn't understand his holy book.
Exactly, and what he believes in, he will believe that there's another entity as powerful as God, outside of God. Because that's not it. I mean, that's not it, definitely. That's not what the Bible and the actual religions. But if he actually do believe that Satan is a separated entity of God, that means that he believes there's another entity as powerful as God that can create and destroy also.
Can create itself.
Yeah. You understand me, Shai, right? I mean, what I'm trying to say.
Well, I'm reading the Bible, and it says, and there was the day, and the God's Son came to stand in front of Jehovah, and Satan came among them. So it may be as well that he's not one of the sons of God, but he just came to this gathering uninvited somehow, and he's not good son, so he's editing by himself.
Mm. All right. Brian Mavitt, you sharing the screen. If there's something that might interest us on your screen share.
No.
All right. I don't know what you got. I'm gonna click it.
He's playing racing cars.
Oh, playing cars. Very good. How you been, Brian? Do you already accepted reality for what it is?
Or which reality did you accept?
Which reality did you accept?
The same one as everybody else.
Yeah. Do we live, that easier question, do we live in reality, in the real world, real physical world, Brian? That's an easy question to answer. I think everybody, unless you're super spiritual, you will say no. Oh, he gone. He didn't like that question. There's one character that, as let's say, there's a few characters. Let's say the Bev character is easy to understand because his argument is level is horizontal, and that's it. That's his base argument.
Yep.
There's another character.
No. The development level is a straight line on a horizontal plane. That sounds more, professional.
Yeah, but the base is level is horizontal. That's the base claim. The
base is horizontal.
Yeah, that's the base argument. And hitting horizontal is level is horizontal, synonym. You can flip-flop like it's the same thing. That's his argument, his point. And everything derivates from that.
Merriam-Webster says so it must be true.
Now, there's another character that is very easy to understand and is so a non-point. Nobody knows where you live. Who knows who the character is? You don't know where you are. You don't know where you live. Nobody knows where you are. Nobody knows where you are.
Oh God, who says that?
Right? You heard that, and that's the base.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the argument.
I don't want to say his name.
Merle. He doesn't come here.
Yeah, that's it, Merle.
Merle, because since the beginning, since I always heard it, that's his base argument. But you don't know where you are. You don't know where you live.
He doesn't know he's in Australia?
And then you can keep going and going, and whenever you get as farther away as you go, you don't know where you are. You don't know where Nobody knows.
Yeah.
He said, you don't know, but nobody knows. So the billions of people that live on Earth, nobody knows where they're in. Nobody knows they're in a planet, in the solar system, in a galaxy. Nobody knows that. And I don't have to go as far as solar system or galaxy. We can go just as for a planet. That we all know that. But he say nobody knows. Shout out to Nerd Alert. 33 viewers right now. Coincidence? I think not. Illuminati. Boom. Confirmed. Dude, 33 watching with only 12 likes. That's super weak. Can we give a shout out to the PayPal to see if anybody got some love to share? Anybody? I'm closing into my birthday, man. I'm getting old. So close to 50 now.
Oh, yes, you are, aren't you? Yeah.
It's this month. It's March 15. So another happy for Jose. March 15, I'll be 48.
Oh, you're just a lad.
What do you think about those men that don't like telling their ages? Isn't that so girly? That's girly, right?
Yeah,
men
well, I
that
mean,
doesn't want to tell their age.
I mean, why fight it? I know I wasn't. I was seriously depressed when I hit 30, but after that, you just don't give a shit. It's just a number.
Yeah,
You can't fight it. You know, every year you're going to be a year older.
The older I am, I'm prouder of my age. I mean, for real. Dude, almost 50? Fucking A. Hell yeah, I'm excited to hit it.
Hell, next month Oh, good old Gary. Next month I'll be 53.
You
Not
will?
quite sure how that's happened. Yeah, in April I'll be 53. Not quite sure. I don't really care. Because like I say, it's just a number. You get past a certain point where you just think, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Hello, everyone in the YouTube land. I'm halfway to Farmer's age. You're 96, right, Farmers? Shout out to your pick.
If I'm 96, I'm doing bloody well.
Yeah, man. I know. Hey, my mom turned 72 2 days ago. Shout out to my mom. Happy birthday to her. I know she's not going to hear this, but I just know I did it. 72, and my dad will be 82 on April. Shout out to them.
Trying to think how old my mum will be this year. 76 or 77. I can't remember which. I can never remember what year she's bloody born in.
Yeah.
Obviously, Dad won't. He cheated.
Who is trying to hide God more, Bev or Nathan? I haven't heard neither of them for a long time, but I think Bev is trying to hide God more than Nathan, for what I remember in earlier years.
Bev, yeah, I don't know.
Because Nathan, at least, he kind of go along with QE when QE was a proponent of a younger creationist and God. So I think he's not trying to hide it as much as Bev, that he doesn't talk about God and he doesn't, don't want to bring that, right? Shout out to Charlie Welch. His mom died 16 years ago just today. Rest in peace, Mama Charlie. It gets easier, but you'll never forget. I think that's the best way. It gets easier as you can just move on, from what happens. But, there's always that memory. It's going to poke you a little bit. So shout out to everybody who lost their loved ones.
Well, apparently us Globies are hiding God, according to Gary. But then he would say that. I don't think anybody's hiding God. Where is your God? We're not hiding him.
How can you hide God?
The religious are hiding it. Religious. We've never seen him.
Where is he? I've never seen it. He's never bought me a pint, type bugger.
So you mean that the Globies are as powerful as to hide God?
Right.
Damn,
Yes,
we're good.
Without even trying.
We got the power, bro. Lighter, bro.
And if there is God, he probably don't care that we hide him. No, he would do something about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure he would have let us know by now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Gary's just trying to have a dig at everybody in the side chat today. Good old Gary. That's very Christian of you. That is what Christians are supposed to do, aren't they? Sort of, argue and be snotty and little people and.
But not on Sundays.
Oh, they don't do it on Sundays.
Hold on,
Well, they're not supposed to.
There's a quick riddle. There's a quick riddle that it just solved itself so quick from Lubo in China. My mom is younger than me. She was born on and now I know when my mom's birthday. Yes, I know. It's in February 29th. Boom! That was an easier to solve. Shout out to you, man. It's the only way. My mom was close. My mom was the 27th. They were trying to hold her for 29 because she was born in one of those years. But yeah, she came out on the 27th.
No, she said, no, I'm coming out now. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Good stuff.
No, I. There's no pretense, Gary. Show me your God. Go on. Let's have some evidence, please. No rush.
Yeah. Let's say Gary should come in and tell us about about what he thinks about God and the devil. Because if he thinks that Globis are Satan, Satanists, we are Satanists. I mean, that means that we believe in some type of, that we believe in God. If you think we're Satan, but if they're atheists, they don't believe in anything, in any God. So how can we believe in Satan or the devil?
Well, the ultimate proof there is no God is that Gary's still alive and wasn't struck by lightning.
Yeah, make a good point.
It's weird. Tercy's here. Tercy's a Christian. Always been a Christian. Shout out to Tercy. Oh, see, the level fell. Did you hear that noise? I told you earlier the bendy level will fall, and it did.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yes.
Yeah, I am here. Yeah, I'm just trying to sort out my Google. I can't get to see your YouTube channel. I don't know what's going on. My Google is went all messed up since I last got my computer serviced.
Does everybody in the whole wide world need Jeeves? Jeeves.
No, I quite prefer having my own personal cheeses myself.
My cousin's name is Jesus.
Is it Jesus or is it Jesus?
Jesus is Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah, but the pronunciation is the same. I mean, it's typed the same.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just say Jesus and you say Jesus.
Yeah. Jesus. Wait.
Isn't that cool? The same word with different pronunciation, you know?
Well, yeah. There, and there. They all sound the same. They're all just spelt different.
No, I heard a few things, a few controversial things that I have always believed those to be true. A couple of conspiracies, right? We're not gonna get too deep into it. I know we won't, because it's kind of a YouTube don't like those topics too much. But first is the agenda that has been pushing in curriculums in school as for kids, trying to make him, do this. He, him, she, her, they, them, all that bullshit of how do you
pronouns,
the
and
pronouns,
gender
the
neutral and all that
pronouns
nonsense.
bullshit, gender pronoun bullshit. The curriculums are pushing that, and there are couple leaked audios and hidden videos that from school that teachers have been in meetings and reunions, and the curriculum is actually pushing that big time.
We have had that over here in the UK. In the last few days, maybe the last week, school kids have basically been rioting because there's a lot of this going on. They're also being told that they're not allowed toilet breaks during lessons, a bathroom break during lessons. And get this, that if schoolgirls are on their periods, they are to bring in a red card.
Oh, what the fuck!
And the kids have been going absolutely bonkers over all this. And to be quite frank about it, rightly so. I mean, it's a school; it's not a prison. If you need to go, you need to go. And if it's halfway through an hour and a half, a double maths, then tough. You need to go, and you go. Yeah, even if it means putting your hand up, saying "Excuse me, I've got to go," and you go. None of this. No, you've got to wait until the end of the lesson.
We used to do at school when I was a kid. You put your hand up and say, "Miss, I need to go to the bathroom," and the teacher would go, "Okay." That was it. You asked and you went.
But to make the girls,
why people are complaining about how the kids have been treated, because let's face it, a lot of the changes in school has come about through this liberal idea of never punching MD, never MD having to compete with each other, and that is ridiculous,
Farmers, about the cards, what's next? The boys need to carry a card I don't know, a green card when they're horny, like they want to fuck a girl.
Well, I think boys should carry like a Durex and like what is it, the thing they stick up their nanny. You know what I mean? They should carry one of them in case his girlfriend needs one in a emergency, in the pub or something.
That's personal, yeah.
Now kids don't know what to call each other and other people because you might offend them if you say him, and he's actually a him that wants to be a her and is dressed up as one. And now you got to get the pronouns right. You can't go to the toilet until
this has all been brought about by religious people fighting against what they think is against the Bible. This isn't normal people.
Wait for the end of the statement. First, wait for the end of what we're saying, and then when it's your turn. Don't cut like halfway in what we're saying, please.
Yeah, but I was reading all this, and they're reporting on kids are basically rioting and tearing the place up and all the rest of it. And then, but when I got to the bit where it's like, a girl's on her period, she's got to have a red or a pink card so that teachers know that she's on a period. I mean, these are kids at school who are poor buggers are going through puberty, which is not the best of times for a kid anyway. So the girls have got to cope with the fact that now once a month that they're going to have their period. The last thing they need is to advertise to everybody in the bloody school, hey, look at me. I'm on the rag.
So the boys got a paddle. The boys got a paddle with a 2x4. The run on it when they got a hard on. When they're excited, they raise the paddle. What's going on?
You remember what it's like when you're that age. There's absolutely not you're sitting down and then all of a sudden, oh shit, I've got a hard on. Where did that come from? And it's the end of class. We've all got to get up, and it's like, yeah, I'll see you in a minute, guys. Yeah, oh Christ, I mean, because at that age, it's got a mind of its bloody own.
But this is what I'm saying. I think, like, normal control of students, or pupils in school has been taken away from teachers. And it's now in the realm of social media and where the kids are going to, perform some, sit-in or whatever, because that makes the school look bad. And it's all projection, and it's all now social media controls what's going on with schools rather than the schools or what the politicians or the parents. You know what I mean? It's like social media tells us what to do now, rather than normal, adult human beings' thoughts.
Yeah. Now, there's an extra point, right? Let's say I need to use the bathroom. No, you need to go at the end of your period of your class, or now the class. And you got 4 girls that are exploding, wanting to go to the bathroom. 3 of those, they got the red card, right? 1 is not. But then when they're in there come this jacked boy, big beefy muscle with a mustache, right? And he like, no, get out of the way. I gotta go first. My bladder is exploding. And he go into the girls' room. They cannot say anything because he identifies as a she, her. So they have to allow him to use the girls' bathroom, and there's no question about it. If they say, I need to go to the bathroom, when it's your turn, you go to the bathroom. They say, I'm going to use the girls' bathroom because I am she and her. And if the teacher doesn't allow that student to go to the girls' bathroom, the teacher will be fired. And that's audio of that in a school reunion that I heard.
I just wanted to say, if you don't know to say if it's he or her, do what Bev does or Gary or others. Say them, they.
Yeah. They can go to whatever the fuck they want, whatever bathroom they want, men, girls, whatever. That's some bullshit, man. That's some bull. There should be a rule. If you're a boy, I don't give a fuck if you wear makeup. If you go to the boys' bathroom. I mean, what the fuck is that? They go to the girls' bathroom because your feelings will be hurt if they don't let you, The fuck is that? It's some bullshit, bro. It's off, man. This is so wrong, the whole thing.
Well, we've got people trying to use that to our advantage over here. There's a case up in Scotland. There was a guy, I think he'd been sentenced for multiple rapes, and he suddenly started identifying as a woman. And so to avoid upset, they sent him to a woman's prison. I mean, he's quite clearly a bloke. Yeah, it's not even several years of hormone therapy and operations. He's a bloke who suddenly decided, from now on, I want you all to call me, straight out of bloody Holy Grail. Loretta, that was it. Call me Loretta. and it's caused such a stink that they've now had a rethink and they've moved him back. Yes, you can call yourself what you like and you pretend to be whatever sex you want, but you're going to one of the most notorious men's prisons in Scotland.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
and rightly bloody so.
I just wanted to say I would solve this bathroom problem very easily. Don't call it girls' room or boys' room or women or men. Call it those with a dick and those without. That's it.
Not. Yes.
Yeah.
Call yourself what you like. If you still got the meat and two veg, you're using that bathroom.
Right.
You can identify as
Yeah,
anything you
something,
like,
man.
but you're going in there.
Yeah. And this is just opinion. This is not, I mean, it's not to get anybody triggered. It's just our personal opinion, whatever points we're saying. So
Correct.
whatever we agree or disagree, it is what it is.
Your views may differ, etc.
Yeah. That's it, man.
But yeah, this guy up in Scotland, they've been reporting on this case for weeks. I mean, you look at him and you think you've stuck on ladies' clothes, you've put a wig on and a bit of makeup, and you're now identifying as a woman. And of course, as soon as they put him in a women's prison, he started assaulting female prisoners.
Yeah. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
So you've just put a fox in the hen house. You've literally put a rapist in a women's prison. But fortunately, somebody seen sense and said, "Yeah, let's actually put you in with the blokes because you're a bloke, really."
Yeah. Now there's another just slightly topic that one day we'll talk about it, and is what I didn't talk about this topic a lot, and it's about COVID, right? So COVID apparently was actually created in a Wuhan lab, and released.
Yes.
That's a conspiracy. It's being a conspiracy, but it's kind of a lot of people is talking about it now. Like a lot of officials is actually agreeing with what a lot of people was saying earlier in the pandemic days, that the COVID was released in a Wuhan lab. How about that, eh?
I think that was one of their main suspicions from day one. But of course, they could officially they could only go by what the Chinese were telling them. And of course, the Chinese weren't going to say, "Yep, you're absolutely right. We were mucking about with this in the lab, and it got out." Because who wants to admit to doing that?
Right. But there was a lot of, I heard a lot of resistance talking about, no, that's not it. It was just an accident and it happened by whatever, the bat or whatever. All that bullshit,
Oh,
Right,
yeah,
it was
when-
accidents, no doubt. No one in their right mind got some virus out from a lab. It's an
No, it had to be accidental, but they still didn't like admitting it, did they?
Mm-hmm. Nobody. You see all the news for the first, up till almost now. Nobody's admitting that was released in a Wuhan lab. Nobody's. Just a handful of people now. The mainstream media is actually talking about it now. But all these years previous, no, that's a cuckoo conspiracy like flat Earth and all of that shit. And it's not. It's actually big possibility that that's the case now.
So it would seem.
Mm-hmm. Did anybody heard that by conspirators back in the day, a few years ago? And did anybody argue against it? Because at least not here, because I didn't allow to talk about it. But it is a conspiracy, man.
YouTube were cracking down on it somewhat, weren't they?
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, but yeah, there was certainly a lot of talk of it in the early days, but I think the problem was nothing could be confirmed at the time. So, but yeah, it had to be an accident. Otherwise it's biological warfare, and yeah, you got to be seriously screwed up to actually want to do that sort of
But
thing.
the Chinese sent the forms and the data in a balloon, but unfortunately we blew it up. We shut it down.
The evidence was there, you shot it down. Oh.
So there's no evidence now.
We thought, what's the slowest way of sending stuff to you? I know, we'll put it on the balloon and let it drift across the Pacific. That's bound to work. Yeah.
So now there's rumors that like Glover Mama and M Stone say that yes, China blamed it on the U.S., but U.S. apparently actually funded the whole program to create this. You know, it was going to be some kind of a weapon. Hobby to push it. That's the conspiracy. That China, yeah, it was released in a Wuhan lab, but it was funded by the U.S. and that's where the conspiracy comes.
Oh, they didn't create it in the Hollywood basement. Oh dear, that's a letdown.
Yeah, it's all kinds of bullshit. I would like to hear Bob, the science guy, saying this because he will. I don't know. He will. I don't think he will agree with none of this. Everything was as told. As for somebody ate a bad food, they had a bad reaction, and he spread it. Probably he'll say that's the main.
They're just trying to copy. They're just trying to copy Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah,
but he actually had quite a good excuse for biting the head off a bat. He didn't know it was he didn't know it was a real one.
I mean, it happened. It happened then after Ozzy Osbourne. It happened in Tropic Thunder. Remember when the character Jack Black was, the bat took the drugs, and then Jack Black jumped on it and ate it raw and drank his blood.
Yeah, I just thought somebody was throwing him a rubber bat, so he thought it'd be quite funny if he took it off. And it's at that point where he realised it's actually a real bat. Oh dear.
Yeah, it's good times, man. It's good times.
Good times.
All kinds.
I've almost, I dare say, reaped the benefits of COVID, because what it has done over here is it's brought a lot of bosses on board with the idea that, hey, you can actually work from home. Because I've been saying this for years. Why do I have to keep driving into your bloody office when I can be doing this sat at home and I don't have to fight through hours of traffic to get somewhere? And now it's accepted. I mean, I went into the office today for a meeting. That's the first time I've been in Christmas. Because work from home. It has actually normalised it now for a lot of people, which is great, because I don't need to drive a 140-mile round trip to go to the office. I just walk up the stairs.
Yeah. Now there's another little topic that is not as interesting, but still good in the politics realm, right? I didn't vote. I don't vote, but I always liked Trump, right? I was a Trump guy. Still, whatever, he was just entertaining and funny. That's why I liked him over Hillary and now over Biden and shit. But now there's some leaked audios for when the elections happened, the last elections where Trump lost, on one of the states, the Trump person saying like, we lost here big time, over 20,000 votes. We haven't get this margin of votes. I mean, we lost for over 20,000. We haven't had this in so many elections. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna just milk it and stretch it, and we're gonna say that it's some kind of, we gotta recount and do all this bullshit. There's actually audio recorded of the person in charge of that state saying that we know Trump lost, but we gotta just keep adding fuel to the fire. We gotta stretch it and stretch it. And that's crazy, bro. That's fucked up, man.
That is fucked up.
Bad for Trump, man. Bad looks.
Oh dear, you really didn't want that getting recorded, did you?
Yeah,
Blimey.
they got it recorded, bro. Big time. There's in the whole election, there's a few audio clips recorded, but that's the more like big incriminating. Like they know that he lost because they recounted 20 times. They knew they lost. They're gonna just it's gonna keep straight.
Come on, count it one more time. No, counting it again isn't going to change anything. Oh, just one more time, just in case.
Yeah, just to create havoc and riots and shit. That's what their intention was.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Yeah, it was good stuff, man. He still insists. I think Trump still insists that it was the election was stalling and shit, and it was all kinds of frauds, and they need recounts and shit.
Well, he's like the flat earthers. He's just a classic denialist. Yeah. He just believes what he wants to believe, and he's right and you're all wrong, and that's it.
I would have liked 4 more years of Trump, man, just because of he was entertaining as a motherfucker. He pissed people off left and right, and it was funny.
Well, I'm glad I don't live in the States. Mind you, we've got our own bloody problems over here, so.
Yeah. And Biden is just senile. He just doesn't know what's going on. People run, whatever he does. He's just kind of the face when he shows up, looking all confused and sick and shit.
And lost.
Yeah, lost.
He walks on stage and then you can't figure out how to get off it again. It's like, dude, just go back the way you came. Oh,
Yeah,
you've probably
man.
forgotten. Poor old boy. It must. It's just like you've just wheeled out somebody's bewildered grandfather. You know, go up on stage and talk into that mic. What
Yeah.
am I supposed to? What?
Just say stuff. Remember what we rehearsed. Just talk about it. Just whatever you think. He just stuttering, stumbling in his words and shit.
Christ, yeah.
Yeah, good times.
Yes. Speaking of the election, Rupert Murdoch came out recently and said he basically admitted that Fox News was lying about the election and were told to lie about the election.
No,
He just flat out admitted it.
That's rather ballsy. We were told to lie, so we did. Oh, right, okay. And then they wonder why people don't trust the media. Kills the breeze.
Zebulon is asking, what is that dude looking around for? He's trying to find a thing.
Over there? No.
Yeah.
Is it over there? No.
He's just trying to find a thing. What about it? Cameras on, eyes on him. He's listening. That's so weird.
And it just.
Wait, is that Jim CBR? Oh no.
No.
I thought so.
Do you know when that first came up? I thought we'd got Earth is Life in it, and I thought, no, hang on a minute, that's not him. Because I was looking at the other screen, and I looked
Earth is
up at that
live,
one,
damn.
and I thought, oh, is that the camera? And I looked at him again, and I thought, no, hang on a minute, that's not him. But just for a
Damn,
split
Beeble.
second, you know. I thought,
Beeble.
was it him?
Oh, you got a bone to pick with farmers now, Beeble. That's so
You know,
messed
you just
up.
got something out your corner of your eye, and you think, oh, is that? Oh, no.
That made me laugh.
It ain't. But I genuinely thought people's coming with his camera on.
Just so messed up. It's funny. It's funny. I see
Oh, it's been one of those days.
it. It's like my partner. She sent me a message the other day. She said, "Oh, I found a you. I found a Jose in TikTok." She told me,
Oh, yeah.
hell? And she sent me the picture. Let me show you here. The word. And I was like, what
Your-
the fuck, man? I
your-
kind of
your-
see
your-
it, but not really.
Your sort of doppelganger. Sort
Yeah,
of
yeah,
with
yeah,
your squid in a dim light, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it's so weird to see how a person like sees you, kind of sees you. Look at that guy. What the hell?
You've got an image of yourself in your head.
Yeah. What's going on here, man? That's not me.
No.
She
You
says,
think
no,
it-
you. I
you
know
think
it's not your voice. A you, like another you. In another universe or something.
Oh, dear. In an alternate universe.
Do you think it will be, if there are multiple universe and alternate realities, would be really different to what we are if there's another us? For me, I think so. Yes.
I'd if there's an infinite number of alternate universes, there's going to be an awful lot that are instantly recognizable, and then some that are just, yeah, totally different because of something that happened at some point. Or happened to your parents, or I don't know.
Shut up, Nerd Alert. That's not my spitting image. What the hell, man? When I had a beard. No, man.
Yeah, but you did have quite a beard at one point, didn't you?
I did, but like that.
But
Look at me.
yeah, not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
not
goodness. And I don't have hair. I wish I had hair.
that.
I wish I have hair. I had hair.
Not a problem I have. It just won't stop growing.
Mm.
It's going grey, but I couldn't give a shit about that. It's another reason I haven't it cut short. It's not quite so obvious then. But I don't really care.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good one. Yeah.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Oh,
Shout out to the Fred for that message.
well done. Yeah, shout out to Fred.
Anybody?
Stiff upper lip and all that, mate.
Anybody? Oh, I heard that Karen B is trying still push Bigfoot as for top of the list topics to research for.
Yeah.
Bigfoot. Top of the list, just like Flat Earth. If they go hand by hand, like you must believe in Bigfoot and you must research it as equal or more than Flat Earth.
Yeah, Jose, did you enjoy my Obama message?
Yes. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, I know. I had a try to find that because a few weeks ago I needed some help. I was stuck in a bad place, hard place, and I got a couple people that helped me a lot. Internet. And I got help from few people. I mean, this is just Anamorphic Mind and Mr. Victory. But Nestle wipes. Where is it, bro? I lost it. I know there was an Obama thing.
Again.
Yeah. I lost that, bro. Boom! Stefan Mod with 100 Nokia super chat. First super chat of the day. Thank you very much. Stefan, appreciate it, man. March 15 is my birthday in 14 days. Hell yeah. Look at this beautiful image from Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath, did you take this image? This is an awesome image, like a volcano. And you get the a moon eclipsed. Dude, that's an awesome image. Whoa. Getting close to the 50. Brian Mavitt. Do you insist that a drone test? So we talk about drones because it's more accessible to us than we just learning how to fly a helicopter. But we're gonna use the analogy helicopter and drone, kind of similar thing, right? So do you think a drone still will be able to test if the Earth is rotates or not?
Only to the point that the only way I can see that it disproves any movement is if we have got conserved momentum. So as I see it, what they say is everything's moving with the speed of the Earth. So if a drone takes off, it's still got the, if you're at the equator, this is the 1,037 miles an hour ingrained into it, if you like. But if we fly eastwards, do we lose whatever speed that was already ingrained into the craft? And if we do, when we stop flying eastwards, how do we gain that speed back?
We are flying eastward. You mean west, right?
The Earth's going westward, isn't it? No, east. We're right. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. The opposite way then.
No, not the one I live on.
If it loses, I mean, the modern race drones will do 150 miles an hour now. So let's just take the maximum. If we fly east at 150 miles an hour, that drone has theoretically lost 150 miles an hour out of its conserved momentum. Then if we stop flying at that, how does it gain back that speed without landing to get that 150 mile an hour back?
In the air?
The air.
Mm-hmm.
So it's flying at 150 miles an hour, and if I stop, it gains that speed back.
And which direction again, Brian?
The direction the Earth is rotating.
Well, if you go in the direction the Earth is rotating, you gain, you don't lose.
Confusion has begun.
If we just take off and hover, right? In your model, the drone is still doing whatever speed the ground is doing in the air, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So if we fly that way and lose a proportion of that momentum, how does it gain it back when I just come off the throttle?
Look, the drone will stop, right? It's not that it's just stop moving. It actually make itself stop.
It would be back going at the same speed as the Earth again, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How does it do that?
I don't know. Computers stuff.
No, not me.
Just like it gained speed.
Into it to accelerate it past what the Earth is alleged to be doing, and then all I've got to do is reduce the throttle and come back to a hover, and now you're telling me it's gained that 150 mile an hour back up again.
Look, whatever it does to gain speed, it does to lose speed.
I'm talking about relative to the Earth moving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. It's already got the momentum it had with the Earth and the atmosphere and everything else. It doesn't lose that.
What if I go that way?
Well, it doesn't matter. It still doesn't lose it. It's there with it anyway. So it doesn't. It's not a matter of speeding up and then slowing it down and it having to regain it because it never lost it in the first place.
So are we having problems?
Hold on. Let me just think this out. What if I fly against the rotation of the Earth then?
It's exactly the same. You've still got that initial momentum that you had to start with.
But if I'm going in the opposite direction, surely I've got to have reduced some of that momentum.
No,
because I'm going away from the takeoff point to Earth, still going the opposite way.
But if you didn't actually provide power to go in the opposite direction, what would you do? You would hover in place, wouldn't you?
It's not that hard to understand, Brian. I mean, for me, I understand. And I'm dumb and I'm illiterate in all of this shit.
He's the first to admit it.
but for me to just paying attention, try to understand it. It is so easy to understand as the best analogy is inside of a moving vehicle. I mean, with doors and a ceiling, because if you don't have doors and a ceiling, you're just in a platform going 100 miles per hour. You got to hold for dear life because the wind and the speed will take you away. But that's not what's happening with us. We're not holding for dear life because we're not we are already in movement with the surface. So is the Earth, the analogy will be in a closed train or car or vehicle, a big van. So if you got the drone flying outside this van, if you take the drone flying outside this car, this van, then it will take off. It will fly back or it will fly forward. It will do what you think it is, as if the Earth was rotating. But what we say it is like we're flying the drone inside this closed big truck or van or vehicle. You take it off and we are in it. We're standing in it. If a vehicle is moving 100 miles per hour smoothly in a road and I'm inside it, the ceiling is really high, I jump and I fall back right in the same spot. I'm not going to jump and fall back in the back of the van because I'm in it. I'm moving with it. That's for the drone. The drone take off, you can fly back, you can fly forward. Even though it's going 100 miles per hour, you can go 10 miles an hour back to the van and 10 miles an hour to the front of the van. It's going to be the same, equal thing. You are inside of this closed moving vehicle. Brian, what do you think? I mean, does it make sense, my analogy, or the way I visualize it? Or do you think it's bad? I think it's a bad example.
I'm contemplating. If you took a drone off inside a van and then drove the van away from it, I think the drone would stay where it is. It wouldn't go with the van, I don't think. I don't think so. I don't think it will. I think it will stay there. I mean, I'm not sure, but let's give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's say, yeah, the drone will go back, but there's a difference of taking a drone up and then moving the van forward, because when you're taking the drone off, the van is already moving at a steady speed. That's the example, because that's the Earth.
Yes.
It's already moving. It's not taking off as we understand.
If you open the back, say you've got a transit van and you leave the back doors open, and the van's not moving, and you lift the drone up, you set the drone flying inside the van, and you get it to hover, and you then drive off in the van, the drone will stay there. All of a sudden, van's gone, drone's still there. However, if you repeat that process, but you drive away in the van first, and then as it's driving along, you get the drone to lift up, it's going to stay in the van because it's got the momentum imparted on it by the moving van.
Well, I contest. I don't believe it.
Well, it's up to you.
He doesn't care about momentum.
Yeah, I can try it.
The drone don't work on momentum.
No, it doesn't care, but it's got momentum imparted on it by the moving van.
But it will stop if it needs to stop. If the command is not move forward, not move backward, it needs to stop. And it does it with GPS, with recognizing what's around it, not about the momentum. It doesn't care.
Okay, if you're controlling it by GPS and you've told it to stay in that position, then yes, but I'm presuming that you've got all that turned off.
Well, then good luck keeping it in one place. However you want, moving, not moving, whatever.
Oh, better analogy. Brian, have you got a blender at home, like in your kitchen? Have you got like a kitchen blender? When you turn on the blender, does the smoothie stay stationary, or does it start to move along with the plates?
That's a tricky one. And then if you want to use the example of a merry-go-round or the what you call it, those little roundabout or merry-go-round, it's not an analogous of the Earth because it's open to the wind, and it's open to the wind. So now if you put that enclosed with no wind or nothing, it might be not really. It's got to be with a moving vehicle and a steady speed. That's the analogy.
Hey, by the way, Knight Rider is a good example of the momentum, keeping the momentum. You know Knight Rider? The
Yeah, the
I'm
car. Yeah,
not sure how old are people over here. I remember Knight Rider
yeah.
when the car entered the track. That's a perfect example of the momentum. There is a different momentum compared to road, different momentum compared to the track when the car enters the track.
Let me go to Brian because I got Brian thinking. I got Brian thinking with the example with the closed vehicle, closed big vehicle. And if you are in the vehicle, the vehicle start driving and it's already 100 miles per hour and you're just sitting smooth ass in that long road, 100 miles per hour, and it's smooth. And then you fly a drone in the middle of this van, and you fly it to the left, you fly it to the right, and it's gonna equally to the left or to the right, to the front of the vehicle, to the back of the. That's what I mean. Fly it to the front, fly it to the back. And that's it. And you just land it down and you take off again and you'll be hovering inside this vehicle in the same spot as if you were hovering, sitting down in a park, and you're sitting and you just hover in this drone and you go forward, you go back, exactly as it will happen inside a moving vehicle. Now, if you got this vehicle moving and then you take the drone out of that vehicle, that would be different. You try to fly forward to catch up with the car. You got to go 100 miles per hour for the drone to be along with the car. And in order for the drone to go ahead of the car, you got to fly over 100 miles per hour to go ahead of the car. 110 miles per hour, yeah, the drone will slightly move forward of the car. Now, if you just take off the drone and start flying and you just put the drone out, you're going to stay behind if you don't catch up with 100 miles per hour. But that's not what happened on the Earth. On the Earth, it's equally as if we were in a closed vehicle, because we're not holding for dear life right now. All of us are not holding for this 1,000 miles per hour because we're already moving in it. Brian was thinking about it, processing it, and I know he got a good comeback, and I kind of can think of it, but I want to let him give me his thoughts. The balloon is different, right? If you tie a balloon, a helium balloon, and you accelerate, the balloon is going to do something weird, either go forward or go backwards. But once the car is already moving at a steady velocity, then the balloon will find its middle point, its equilibrium. Unless it accelerates more or decelerates, it's not going to do any sudden movement forward or backward. I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. I might be wrong. The way my brain processes.
Well, you have a car, buy a balloon, and test it. Just be safe when you do it, just when you accelerate.
Yeah, I think in a helium balloon, when you accelerate, the helium balloon goes forward, go to the front of the car.
Yeah, but the normal balloon...
The normal balloon will go back, will tilt back. And it will be different, whether it's helium or oxygen or whatever it is. But the point of the momentum going is when the car reaches a steady speed, and stay in that speed, the balloon will neutralize and it will find the center.
Yeah, but the helium balloon is not about momentum, it's about the pressure of the air.
Yeah.
The momentum of the air, actually. Because you accelerate forward, the air wants to stay where it is. The pressure built at the back of the car, which push the balloon forward. Just like the higher pressure at the bottom of the car push it upwards.
Anybody thoughts on this? How can we explain it easier? Why doesn't a drone, when you bring up a drone or a helicopter, the air just doesn't go hundreds of miles per hour underneath it?
Why do you need a drone? Put a marble on a glass table. Why doesn't it move?
Put a what?
A marble
Marble.
on a glass table.
Yeah, and a
Why,
smooth
why it stays there? Why it doesn't move?
Because it's already going. It's already moving with it.
Right? But if you start moving the table, it will stay there.
Now, if you got this marble in top of a glass table and it's so perfectly level and the marble is steady, but if you move the table to the front of the back, the marble is going to move then in top of the table. But it's just there, sitting there, because it's already at a equal velocity. Whatever is no velocity or some kind of velocity is not accelerating or decelerating. That's why it's not moving. I think I'm wrong with that. Am I wrong, Jake? Bye, Citizen 9. I am hungry. See, I think this is a helium balloon, the GIF I'm showing. And it shows when this guy accelerates and brakes. So when he accelerates, boom, the helium just move forward. And then he will find a center point, and then when he hit the brakes, the helium balloon will go back. It's like it does kind of the opposite, as if it was just regular air on it. It's cool, helium things. The Stingray, how could you explain why doesn't a drone or a helicopter fly away when you just take off vertically?
Conservation of momentum and not being a fucktard is a very, very good start.
I don't know if you were listening to my examples, just babbling and convoluted, but it made sense to me what I was saying.
I probably wasn't listening. I've only just come back.
Yeah, Brian, say why if I fly a drone, I don't have to accelerate. Let's say if it's in the equator, I don't have to accelerate 1,000 miles per hour the drone or 1,000 plus miles.
Same reason why when you walk, you don't suddenly fucking have to contend with the ground moving at 1,000 fucking miles an hour, or holding a balloon in the air. Why isn't that fucking trying to go in one direction 1,000 miles an hour? It's because we all are more intelligent than newborn babies and not fucktards. That's why.
Yeah, I say we're not holding for dear life right now where we are. We're not holding like just trying the wind or some kind of velocity trying to take us away. We're just standing and chilling in here because we're already moving as Earth is like a small closed vehicle, like a train or a van. So if I'm sitting in there already going 100 miles per hour, smoothly riding in the road, I'm just there. I'm not going to jump and go back and hit the back of the van. I'm not going to jump or hit the front of the van. I'm just there, just sitting there, moving with it.
Yeah, one of the interesting things to think about is this: is if you're in a car and you're going over a bridge, so you're going on a downward spiral. Let's say you start off flat and you've got this little snooker ball or billiards ball or pool ball, whatever you guys play over there in the States, and you throw it up with a certain force and it's able to go 12 inches high before coming back down on your hand. Then if you start to go up this hill and you feel yourself pressing down in your seat and you throw that ball up with exactly the same force, it won't go up as high. There's a reason for that. And then when you start to go over that surface and start coming down, if you throw that ball up, it'll go more than 12 inch with the same force because the car's going back down, and you're feeling like your stomach's going away as well. Now, that is an apparent effect of going over a non-flat surface. You feel a little bit of weight leaving yourself. That's why your stomach on a roller coaster ride. That's why the ball stays in the air longer. And that difference in weight you can calculate based off where you are on the Earth that's fucking rotating, and a child knows this.
Ouch.
Too complicated for flat earths.
Do you hear Stingray, Brian? I think that was directed to you, and I think he indirectly called you a child's that you have a child's mind. What do you think about that? Man?
I don't know. He's playing a game, but if Brian is listening, I've just got the PSVR 2, and I've played Gran Turismo 7 on it, and it is astonishing. It's flawless and amazing. It's worth the ticket price alone.
How's the physics of the water and the behavior of the liquid? Is it like Avatar? Perfectly.
Well, in a racing simulator that's based purely on tracks and stuff now.
Oh, okay,
I don't know.
Very good. But you say, you didn't say GTA 7?
Gran Turismo GT7.
Oh, I thought it was GTA, like Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is, I think the 6. Grand Theft Auto 6 leaked something, and they leaked a short video with the water behavior, and it was really cool.
I'm trying to qualify for a big race on Friday.
It's just a game.
Yeah.
No, this is
I
not a
posted
game.
a picture.
Zero.
I posted a picture to the chat.
I'm
with a question.
83rd
What
at
do
the
you
minute.
think? Yes,
I'm
Brian?
riding 83rd.
Just a game.
This shadow car is the guy who sat on pole.
Lubo posted an image. It looked like Star Trails. A comet.
Yeah, exactly. But the question is, what do you think the flat earthers thought they're looking at?
CGI. So excuse for everything like that. Oh, CGI.
Another light in the sky, another luminary.
Just a light in the sky, yeah.
That shows up.
Keep your head down.
I'm going to post the answer.
Zero. Off your best.
Lens flare.
I don't think this setup's going to go much quicker.
Oh, good grief. Like we care.
Brian, what was the comet that we saw a few weeks ago? What was the comet that was seen in the sky?
I don't know, mate. What do you think it was?
It was a comet.
Yeah, it's a comet.
Yeah, we're up his ass now. Come on.
You know nobody's watching. Nobody cares.
Okay, we got a flat earther who answered that question of what was it? Yes, Shane St. Pierre. When flat earthers know exactly what's going on.
Currently 0.06. Off your best.
Brian, you gotta mute that because we can hear it over here and it's
Yeah, I can't go.
lower.
I can't go any quicker. I don't think.
You're breaking up, Lugo. We cannot understand you, man. Your connection is.
Let's see where I am.
Flat earthers say that was a SpaceX.
83rd.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What?
We don't care. Mute yourself.
What do you mean
Yeah,
you don't?
talk to us
I
about
couldn't give two shits about your poxy game. Mute yourself.
We're not talking about the race, Brian. We're trying to talk about something else. Talk to us about what we're talking about here, not the race. Multitask your brain.
This is a big race on Friday. I've got a chance of qualifying.
It's just a fucking game.
You're gonna give me money for it, super chats and stuff. If you win, you're gonna give me money on PayPal and super chat.
Win? There's no chance of winning. So
what do I care?
Let me see where the bottom of the grid is.
So when Lubo in China presented the picture of the comet, Flat Earther came in and he knew exactly what it was, and he thought it was a SpaceX, a picture from a rocket launch.
Oh
That's
dear.
what he
That's a bit
thought.
sad.
How about that?
Doesn't look anything like a rocket launch, but you know, when's that ever mattered?
So I'm sitting 83rd out of 2,301 competitors.
Oh,
Very nice. Good for you.
But only the top 34 get into the YouTube race that they. So I don't think I can make that.
Shout out to Nerd Alert.
So you mean
Sorry, what was you
like
talking about? Sorry.
yes, yes.
Do you want to quit? Yes.
No, I'm agreeing with Nerd Alert.
Good
No.
times.
What was you talking about? Sorry, Jose.
The comet. There was a comet viewed from Earth, from the surface of the Earth, by various people in different parts of the world, and they took pictures, and you got this kind of greenish, hazy thing in the sky. And it's told that it's a comet, and it's told that, you know, the distance and the speed and all that kind of shit, how often it passes.
Right. Now, as I understand it, if summer in the northern hemisphere is coming down towards the Earth, then surely if you're stood upside down in Australia, you should see it come up from your horizon and go up into the air. Is that correct?
depends on the
Australia
direction.
don't see that.
Yeah, it
People in
depends on the
Australia couldn't see the
direction.
comet.
Well, even if it's going east to west,
Sorry.
surely somebody stood on the east that sees it coming down to their horizon. People stood on the west should see it coming up from their horizon.
Wait a minute, is your entire argument here, Brian, that throughout every single person that observed this and recorded it, throughout the tens of thousands of people that did this and recorded it for science, as well as the hundreds of thousands that saw it in real life, all of them were fooled, and you've worked out that it doesn't work on a globe?
No, you didn't answer my question. If we live on a globe and something is either coming north to south or east to west, surely the person opposite side of the globe should see it come from the horizon up into space, and the other side should see it come from space and go down into their horizon.
Like a sunrise and a sunset, or a moonrise and a moonset, something like that, Brian.
Well, if it's coming, Jose, if it's coming past the ball, and some people are living on one side of the ball, and some people are living on the other side of the ball, surely they should see it totally fucking different.
Yeah,
People on
like
the
a
other side
sunrise
of the
and a
ball won't-
sunset. I already answered like a sunrise and a sunset.
Yeah, the people on the other side of the ball won't bloody see it because the Earth's in the way.
Yeah.
It's coming past the Earth, surely.
Well, at some point, if it's coming past the Earth, half the Earth will be able to see it and the other half won't because the Earth's in the
Exactly.
bloody way. It's a bit like what happens to the sun and how we get daytime and nighttime.
Right.
Brian,
So-
the ISS sometimes rise south of me and sometimes rise north of me. Goes from north to south or from south to north.
Right.
And
So
the
it's
ISS
change
did
direction,
not
though.
change direction.
That
No.
doesn't tell me anything. If something's coming past the globe, a ball, a sphere, whatever you want
What do
to
you
call
mean
it,
past?
and you are viewing from totally 180 degrees, being antipodal, feet facing each other, then surely you should see it do exactly the opposite to your buddy that's on the other side of the Earth.
Can you still hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
I
You
heard
would.
now.
Okay, Brian, are you still talking about the comet? Or what are you talking
I
about?
don't know what it is. They've just blarted on about something.
Do you know the comet that people in Australia, they couldn't see it? Do you know why?
Say again.
The people in Australia couldn't see the comet. Do you know why?
People in Australia could not see the comet, and you know why?
Yeah.
Right.
Comet.
But they couldn't see it in Australia, so it wasn't coming up
Yeah.
from their horizon up into their sky.
But why?
That's if it was going north to south. I don't know.
Yeah, but he's asking you why couldn't they see it?
Why couldn't they see it? Probably because the Earth isn't a globe, yeah?
It's globe, yeah, it's globe.
And it could have just been out of their view on this vast plane that we live upon.
How
Lubo, you're
would it be
roboting.
their view if the Earth is flat?
Lubo, you're still roboting, man. We catch just glimpses of what you say, bro. It's really bad. Do anybody have the answer of why couldn't we see that from Australia? And want to answer instead of Lubo because he's breaking up really bad.
Well, I've already told Brian why they couldn't see it. Same reason that.
Why couldn't I see it?
Because the Earth was in the bloody way.
Yeah, but it's going to go past the Earth, surely.
Do you know how close or how far away it was?
Brian, the Earth is a 3D object. If let's just imagine we took flat Earth and then we mapped it to a ball.
Put it in Blender. Come on, we can do
Listen
it.
to this, Brian. Let me just finish my thought. Let's say we took this beautiful flat Earth that we lived on, and then we mapped it to a ball, as in did an inverse projection of whatever created the AE map. And then we passed something on that ball at one side of it. Would be able to look at this ball and say, well, Australia can't see it. The Philippines can't see it. China can't see it. So would be able to predict if we took this beautiful flat Earth that we live on and projected it onto a ball where they couldn't see this comet quite accurately, but would have to project it onto a ball. It's weird that, right?
What? Put it in Blender. Show me Blender. Put two viewing points 180 degrees apart, antipodal to each other, and then just make something come through 180 degree, between the two of them. I can't understand why they can't see it.
Yeah, but what you're not getting is it doesn't pass in between the observers. It passes 300,000 miles away, or however many miles away it was.
Right.
So you're looking from a ball out into space, both in the same direction.
No, one of you's upside down.
Oh.
To the other one. Put it in Blender. Come on, you can do this. You've got the skill.
I'm busy setting up a network at the moment. I can't.
Oh, fuck the network. This is much more important.
It really isn't. It is to you, but not to small children or the rest of civilization.
Yes.
I'll do it next time that I'm on when I'm not actually setting up. It's my parents' bloody network as well that I'm setting up. So
I'm just playing in the background a video clip. Just playing in the background video clip of the meteor on Australia that was caught by different angles. This was from a while ago.
Hey, Brian, to what you asked, Brian, they launched a missile from Cape Canaveral somewhere. American, it climbs up, yes, it gains altitude, yet the people in the United States see it going down to the horizon. Not far after, you in the UK see it rise from the west direction. Is that what you wanted to see?
Who knows?
Big shout out to Nerd Alert. Nerd Alert supported big time with a secret handshake for $33.33. Nerd Alert, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Secret handshake. There you go. Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't want the tickle of the finger in the palm? Sorry, man. That was a bonus. Shout out to you, brother.
It's the thumb. Oh, no. Shit.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
That's something else.
RT96, shout out to you, brother, with a free membership super chat. Thank you, man, for supporting the channel big time. Fuck the network. This is much more important. Guy who minutes ago was having us live updates of the racing game he was playing.
Exactly.
Shout out RT, indeed, man. Very important.
It's not a racing game, it's a simulator.
Uh-oh.
It's a racing game.
Don't disrespect the simulator. Yeah, you know what, Brian? Is it disrespectful to call it just a video game?
They're simulators.
Okay, now when you call it cartoons and it's computer generated images and you call it cartoons, it's disrespectful for us when we show the rockets in a you know.
Yeah. So, Jose, just try and get your head around this. If mine and your feet were strapped together, right? With our toes pointing the same way, but one of us was upside down to the other, and I hold a ball above my head, we're floating in midair, let's say. I hold a ball above, I drop it, I see it coming down, but when you look at it, you'll see it coming up, won't you?
Yes.
From your perspective.
Yes.
Well, that's what I think we should see with meteorites.
It's seen. There's many meteorites going up from the horizon. Many of them. That was one of the points that Spurs Chemo a few years ago, we talked for hours and we presented 15 or 20 videos that we found in the spot. Just quickly we found on the internet because his claim was there was no videos or no footage and no evidence of meteors or comets going up from the horizon, and we found 15 or 20 on the spot.
It took us less than 30 seconds to find the first one.
We started
posting, there's no
everybody
videos
posting,
of it. Oh, we went, hang on a minute. Tap. Google is your friend. Oh, there you go.
Shout out to Earth is Live with a big $10 super chat. Earth is Live, welcome back. It's still a globe. We checked. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Good to see you.
So these ones that were showing coming upwards, did we have the same meteorite coming downwards from the other side of the globe?
Wait, hold on, Brian. Do you think meteorites fall down like you drop a stone and it's going down? That's how you think they fall. Although they cross half the sky or all the sky when you see them fall. Like the one we saw in Russia. Didn't fall down.
No, but I'm talking about ones that just
They just fall down.
Not talking about ones that actually impact Earth. Talking about ones that come past Earth.
Past? You don't see them.
We don't see them.
No, hardly. Maybe with a good telescope. Sometimes they get so close and we don't see them.
I mean, that one there, obviously,
That hit Earth.
its reflection come up on the sea, so that must be quite close.
It's not close. It hit the Earth.
Yeah. Well, then it can't. But if that had gone straight through the Earth and out the other side, anybody living in Australia would see it come up out of the ground and go.
No, Brian, they don't fall down.
They don't go down.
No, they go across they fall in a trajectory like a cannonball. It's not falling straight down to the ground and then come from the other side. No, it's falling through the sky.
Well, what
gradually falling down?
Perfect circular impacts on the moon then?
Well, you need to learn.
There's no atmosphere there.
Because
There's no atmosphere.
even if they hit in an angle, they create a round crater. They need to come in very shallow to make the crater not circular.
Correct. And there are some of them on the moon's surface. They're not all circular. Most of them are.
Yeah, but surely the ones that are circular was a 90 degree to the surface.
No.
Surely no.
No. They don't have to be at 90 degrees. If they're coming in at a fair old rate of knots, which a lot of them are, they don't have to be at a 90-degree angle to form a circular crater.
Can I explain?
People have tested this when they shoot things at dirt to make craters, and you can see that you don't have to be sort of head-on at 90 degrees to form a circular crater. That's more a reflection of how fast the thing was going in the first place.
Can you hear me now clearly?
Yes, yeah, you're not breaking up.
Okay, great. When the meteor hits Earth or the moon, the meteor first buries itself, and by the pressure and the slowing down, it initiates what's that? Fusion, no, fission or fusion. I think reaction. Basically, it all turns into energy. So it's buried under the ground, and then because it's buried, it explodes. So it creates a round, circular crater. Like the crater I was in here just recently is 1.8 kilometer wide, but the meteorite itself, or asteroid, was just 100 meters wide. But it created the crater that is 1.8 kilometer wide because the energy of the pressure and turning the meteor into pure energy was so big. Basically, it turned the ground upside down.
Brian, if you understood him, can you rephrase that for me and explain it to me?
Rephrase it.
In what he said.
Well, I mean, I'm no expert in this field, but anything I've seen hit with a glancing blow has always left a bit of a gouge or some sort of a witness. Like when an airplane has crashed at a shallow angle, it's always left some sort of gouge or witness that it's come in at that shallow angle.
That's true, but the airplane does not evaporate the ground, does it? And meteor does.
I don't know if it would if it's coming in at a shallow angle.
It comes in such a great speed that once it hits, it turns the ground into gas.
Right.
It's so hot. Yes.
Have you seen?
Can't imagine this impact. It's not like an airplane that hit ground and leave a trail in it.
Have you seen Dam Busters, Choikey?
I don't think I did.
You didn't watch Dam Busters? That was a bomb that was released at a set angle, at a set speed, a set height, and it hit the water at, I don't know, maybe 20 degrees, 25 degrees, and it skipped over the water surface.
Yes, but it was designed to do that.
It almost spun at like 5,000 RPM.
Angle than 90 degrees. To have some sort of effect like that.
Brian, it was spun at 5,000 RPMs to make it skip the water. Otherwise, it will sink straight in.
No. They spun it so it would hold itself tight to the wall of the dam.
No.
Yes.
It spun it so it will skip over the water.
No. You'll find farmers will back me up on this. It bounced till it hit the dam, then the backspin brought it tight up against the wall of the dam, and then it started to sink, and then the pressure caused the bomb to be triggered.
Really, how long do you think it will spin? How long do you think it will spin when it's sinking into the water?
Well, I don't watch the film. They show you what they do.
Yeah,
they realised it bounced back off the wall, and then there was a body of water between the explosion and the wall, and it just dissipated all the energy. Is that right, farmers?
Yes and no. The main reason for the backspin was to help it bounce. Because when you're skimming a stone, when you go to the lake or the sea or what have you, and you find those lovely rounded flat stones that you can skim across the surface, what you do when you throw that stone, you put backspin on it. That helps it bounce. Yes, the spin did help a little bit when the bomb had stopped bouncing, but they calculated. This is why it was so important to release it at the point that they did, because they knew how far it would bounce. And when it got to the end of its bouncing is when it reached the dam and sunk in front of it. And it was the water pressure that held the bomb to the dam.
Look at this computer-generated GIF. This is coming very, very sideways, very shallow, and it's not just doing a streak. When it hits, it just boom, the roundness, and it just evaporates around, and it just creates this circular thing.
Yeah, but
like bombs, like nuclear bombs. And the videos you see them, they're not dropping directly. Some of them are coming sideways, big bombs. And when you see the crater they created, it's just a round crater when it's coming
what's them
actually sideways.
sparks that go off?
Huh?
See the sparks that are going off.
Yeah,
to
but
No, that's
Yeah, that's
it's
extra.
CGI.
Yeah,
that's
yeah, that's
cartoon.
CGI, but
Yes.
still, still the physics apply to that. Now the sparks are
Did-
kind of extra, you know.
Did you see what happened to the one in Russia, Brian? It felt burning until it exploded. At one point, it exploded in the air. And that's air. That's not a rock or dirt that it's was rubbing against. Just air. So imagine if it hits rock, what happens?
Yeah, good times.
I mean, we're going off track here a little bit.
Yeah, we are. We all over the place.
I'm gone.
Look at this one, how cool.
Like they needed telling.
Yeah, I like this animation of the wave that goes around the globe. Woof. After it hits.
It's a bit fast, though.
Yeah. Super fast, but still, animation is cool.
Jose, did you check the article I sent in the chat?
There was an article, but I'm not gonna read all that about that.
Oh, yeah.
About the meteor strikes Earth when and where scientists predicted that one.
Yeah, they actually discovered the little meteoroid that is going to hit the Earth, like in advance, and they went to the location and they actually take a picture, take a video of that strike. So what they say in the article, not just article, like there's going to be a tourism, like, oh, there's going to be a big meteorite hitting, for example, Russia, and people will go to Russia to see the big meteorite hitting the Russia, whatever location maybe in the States. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
Like, would you like to see a big meteorite striking the Earth, like, for example, the same size as Russia?
I'll watch it on Facebook. I rather be as far as possible from it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like
Maybe
to be
there'll be
anywhere
people
near
live
that.
streaming.
I don't like to be anywhere near that shit.
I would love to see that steak.
I love to see it.
Well, it may be the last thing you see.
No, I mean,
Yep.
depending on size, they said it was way too small to cause any damage. But would you like to see a really bright meteorite? Like, for example, you get a flight ticket and you see something that you will never forget in your life, like a big meteorite hitting the atmosphere, maybe exploding in atmosphere. They actually almost never hit the Earth.
Is there such
Yeah.
thing as a law? Is there a law of density and the law of buoyancy?
There is the maximum density you can achieve. What's that?
But the
what's the name
law,
of
a
that?
law. Is there a law of density and a law of buoyancy? I don't think that's a law.
No, they're not laws.
It's not part of the laws of physics. It's the law of bullshit. Made of bullshit.
There's a Planck density, I think. That is a huge number.
Theory of density, but not a law.
Yeah, it's a
And
theoretical number.
the theory of also of buoyancy. The buoyant force on an object is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the object. And it's a force, yeah. As part of the gravity. But yeah, it's not a law.
Scientists says if you got wings, you could actually fly on Titan, the moon of Saturn, because the gravity is so low, but the pressure is quite high.
Now listen to the third law, the third Newton's law. The third one is, and I quote, "The buoyant force can also be thought of as derived from Newton's third law, i.e., equal opposite forces. The force of gravity of a mass pushed down, displacing a volume of water equal to the volume of your mass." So yeah, the third law of the Newton's third law is about the equal and opposite forces, and is based on the force of gravity masses. So yeah, buoyancy, not a law necessarily, but it can be derived from Newton's third law. If that made any sense. It kind of made sense to me.
We wouldn't have buoyancy without gravity.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got one because we've got the other.
And how satisfying is that flat earthers are quoting buoyancy and Newton's laws, right? It's satisfying.
There was a point that even the esteemed A. Riley Esquire he stopped talking about buoyancy because he knew that buoyancy was only possible due to gravity. So he stopped citing, because it's density and buoyancy. Even he said no, not buoyancy, because he knew that buoyancy is reliant on gravity. So best to pretend that it just doesn't exist, and you don't have to argue about it.
And the guy that just spoke about the Newton's third law and about gravity and buoyancy is the most illiterate person in the group. So if the most illiterate and uneducated person in the group can articulate and understand that point, any flat earther also can. Or can they?
I think it's a matter of choice with them. I think they choose not to.
I love it, man. Kind of burning myself, you know. Shout out to Glover Mommy for that nice gift. I'm gonna post that, and
that's a good one. I like that. It's a very good demonstration. Cool.
Getting close to the end of this one. Yeah, I always say, but I'll be more active. I need to be more active. Now that I'm home and I'm not helping my sister, you know, like in daily basis, I had to be there. She had to pick me up at different random times during the day. So I didn't want to kick off a stream and she picked me up and I got to turn it off in 5 minutes or not even schedule it. I wasn't going to schedule it because I didn't know. I'll pick you up in half an hour, and I had to wait 1, 2, 3 hours sometimes. If I knew, I would have done a show. But it was like so on, you know. Yeah, that's the Puerto Rican time, bro. Screwed me over. Puerto Rican time is never an actual time, you know.
Yes, I know what you mean. Like if you say yeah, I'll pick you up, and you sit outside the house in your car and the engine's running, and you can sit there for 10 minutes. I think, okay, I'll turn the engine off.
Yeah,
that's when they come out.
Yeah,
the instant you turn the engine off is when they step out. No matter how long you've been sat there.
All right. Big shout out to the members of the channel. Big shout out to those who also typed their free super chat due to memberships. Big shout out. Big shout out to a couple super chats. I think that was Earth is Alive and Stefan Mod, if I'm not mistaken. He gave me Nokias. Thank you so much. Big shout out to the Nerd Alert, and Tinkerfield for PayPal support. Big time, big time. Big shout out to all of you who are here in the YouTube land and hit that like button. 20 of you did. Big shout out to those who voted in the poll. We're going to end the poll. We're going to show the results. There was just a simple poll with a simple point. There were a few options of what do you like. So the poll stated, I like. And the options were food, random shit, turtles, and skinny dipping. So I like skinny dipping with a 14% of 47 votes. I like turtles in third place with a 23%. Very close second place. I like random shit with a 25% of 47 votes. And 1/3 of the 47 votes, a little over 1/3 with 36%, say, I like food.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much for participating in the poll. And big shout out to you. If I would have voted, if I was able to vote in my own poll, I would have voted for food. I like food. And that's we're going to wrap it up because I got to find me something to snack on. Big shout out to all of you, man. Let's do
Good one,
final,
that. Good one, that.
Yeah, let's do some final thoughts. We got first Carl. Carl is in the house. Carl K. Final thoughts for us, man. He just came in and I put him in the spot.
Yeah, good show. I'm just coming in at the last minute. Nice to see you online, Jose, and looking forward to more streaming from you.
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it, and it's a pleasure to see you here.
Can you stream a bit often, you think? Or
yes, I can stream.
Perfect.
Yes.
Go on and
we'll do,
carry on. Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool.
Shaik, final thoughts.
Well, I was hoping to hear about simple perspective from Gary today. I'm a bit disappointed I haven't. About the poll, I just wanted to say that turtles are sometimes also food. And I do kind of like turtles, so I had to choose food or turtles, so I voted food eventually.
Very nice. Good choice. Anamorphic Mind had to pick skinny dipping just because. Big shout out to Glover Mommy for hanging out in the chat, in YouTube and in Discord, posting some stuff. Shout out to Glover Mommy again. Thank you, Shaik. Farmer's Boy, final thoughts.
Yeah, it's good to have you back, mate. It's been an interesting little hangout. We've managed to do it without anybody shouting and calling us all the names under the sun, which is always a bonus. So yeah, looking forward to the next one, mate.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't too yelly and shouty.
No.
It kind of wanted to go out of control, one or two little points, but it was nothing that we could, handle.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's nice when it goes a little bit out of control, but
a little bit rowdy, yeah.
Yeah, it starts to wear a bit thin after a while. So no, I think that was a pleasant little hangout.
It was good. I have fun for you. I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much for coming.
Quite all right.
Lubo in China. Final thought. Let's see how your microphone sounds.
Does it sound good?
I mean, microphone always sounds good. The connection is good.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. Okay. I missed your streams. I missed it actually so much that I resorted to going to Tartaria's live streams to hear some derp.
Right.
It's good you are back now, and I can resort to a proper Discord channel and a YouTube channel. Are you going to be here tomorrow, or when is the next stream?
Yes, tomorrow is expected for me to be here, and I expect to be here.
Great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I missed the beginning of the show, but it's nice to be back. See you.
Thank you very much, Lubo. Appreciate it. Big shout out to the Stingray. Is muted and deafened there. Thank you for small presentation and hanging out with us also. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Appreciate it. Good looking out, everybody. Jose, JG out. Boom. Chewy Squeaky Earth. Let's do it. Whee!
Oh, that sounds good.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah.